Audio's live. Oh, that's the wrong. Oh, it wouldn't be a Candy stream if I didn't transition to the wrong thing. Hello, everyone. This is my guest tonight, the one and only Pidge, as it says in the title. I couldn't get my nameplates to work. So we're here to talk all things pigeon, all things out of the park. Pidge, any opening comments, statements, words? No?
Nope.
Okay. If you don't know, Pidge is a huge Perfect Team player. Up until sometime last week, I don't remember exactly the day, he ended up getting banned. So we're here to talk about that. We're here to talk about things around the ban, other things, questions chat might have. There are some rules for tonight. I am going to throw them in the chat. If somebody sees them, there we go. We're going to be talking a lot. We are not going to name names of players or out of the park employees or anything like that. So if somebody in chat knows who somebody is, please keep that to yourself. As well as we go along, Pidge will be posting some screenshots of things in my Discord in a special channel. So there's the link to the Discord. If you're not in that, get in there. It'll tell you when I stream and all sorts of things like that. So, alrighty, got all that out of the way. Yes, a beautiful scam train. Thank you, everybody, for the love. So I start every interview with the same two questions for pretty much everyone. Even Snaggle J got these questions. So, who are you, and why are you on my stream right now?
I'm Pidge. I'm an OOT player. And I guess I'm here because I got banned. Johnny Balls is in the chat. Awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's pretty straightforward. We don't see people get banned very often from out of the park. So if you don't know Pidge right now is still going and may make playoffs, has the longest running streak of staying in Perfect League. He's the only one who's been in from start to finish. He finally won his trophy this year. Winning Perfect League, and a big-time tournament player, plays pretty much every aspect about the game. So I'm just very curiously, we'll get into this. How did you get the name Pidge? I always like to know what's behind people's monikers.
I played ball in college, and I let my hair grow out, and my teammates said that when I threw, I looked like a rat with wings. I cut my sleeves, and we wore the sleevelesses, so it looked like it. Yeah, so Pidge.
I love it. That's fantastic. I don't know if I knew that. You probably told me before, but yeah. So I guess I guess we just hop into it. I will, like I said, chat, I will be taking questions at certain points throughout. And if you have things in the chat that you're curious about, throw them out there and I might try and grab them as well. So I guess the big question that everybody wants to know, why did you get banned? We've seen a lot of theories. I do know the answer to this, but I'll let you take it away. Why the ban?
I was banned for a case of a violation of 4D of the terms of service.
Okay, and do you know what exactly is 4D? Because I don't know the terms of service off the top of my head.
I do. Deliberately manipulate outside the course of normal gameplay the game's economy or economy of any game-related marketplace in a manner intended to gain a financial or competitive advantage.
Do you feel you violated? Was it 4D?
Yep, it was 4D. I mean, if I did, there's a lot of people that have. To dig a little deeper in there, it was the 12,000 auctions that I put up involving my mini accounts that qualified as eligible for 4D. So yeah, if I did, a lot of people have. For a period of 3 weeks, I went on stream for 12 hours a day to sometimes bleak crowds, but I kept hoping that, more people would show up to my streams as I kept doing it. And yeah, for damn near 3 weeks, I was putting cards up for 12 hours a day.
Okay, so I know there's been a lot of talk about 15-minute auctions.
Yep.
Recently, Out of the Park, if you guys aren't aware, removed 15 and 30-minute auctions as a result of Pidge's sales. Um, why the big sell off? Is there a reason for it? Is why 15-minute auctions?
Well, as I had told, just about anybody that I talked to on a fairly regular basis, just kind of got tired of the game, and I was like, you know what? I've been grinding these stupid tournaments for all this time, and I got all these packs, and there's some packs that I've turned into PP, and I was like, you know what? I want to do something with these accounts and all of this PP before I leave the game. I mean, I don't know. I thought that was okay to do. Um, I bought these things. We had people pimping out licenses last year, and I bought licenses. I made sure that I was able to buy multiple licenses because I was very unclear after reading the terms of service first time, and I was assured that it was okay to buy additional licenses.
So it's actually because I know the official terms of service say that you cannot have more than 3 teams, including multiple licenses. But you're saying it's okay to have multiple.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's become pretty clear. I mean, we had a guy take more than 3 teams to Perfect League last year for crying out loud, which, I mean, is
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I
Didn't
mean,
he
come on.
have 6 teams in Perfect League? I think last year total,
I don't
something like
know if
that.
it was 6, but he got big.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
He was a very good player. So I know the main reason I think the 15-minute auctions brought up, and I think probably the main reason a lot of people are watching is there is a now very infamous sale of one Roger Connor at 670K at 2:30 or 3 in the morning East Coast time. That people assume went from your alt to your main, and it ended up on your main, right?
Oh,
So why don't you walk us through that? Did you pull that card? How did that kind of go? How did that happen? And I guess that's not the reason for the ban. So if that was like past, I guess you would be banned for that. So I'm not. What's the situation kind of there?
so the Connor card, yep, I ripped it on an account called YOLO. If you've ran bronze, you seen me. I ain't no good, but you seen me. Nonstop. I mean, it was a super spam account. It got its hands on some PP. And yeah, I mean, I think when that one was banned, it still had over 2 million points and a Connor on it. But yeah, ripped it on that account. Um, Lost my mind. And I think anybody on my chat will agree. I lost my freaking mind. I was on cloud 9. Went out, smoked a cigarette, calmed down, and went back in and threw it up for 15 minutes like I had every other card that I had put up in 3 week time. They say over 12,000 auction house transactions. Every damn last one of them went up 15 minutes, no bin. Um, I was concerned to a degree. I had said publicly, hey, I'll pay 2 million PP for this card. I've actually got that link. But yeah, pay 2 million PP for the card. And they knew I had a 2 million PP bounty on it. And I guess it was won by one of the people that was actually in the stream. And the high bid on it was 670K, which shocked the hell out of me. I thought it would go more. The person that won it put in a high bid of 1.71 million, knowing I had a 2 million PP bounty on that card. I guess they thought that was going to be, their acceptable stop loss. That's how much profit they're going to take off of that card. And yeah, so found out who won it, said, hey, I'm ready. Let's bang this out. The individual said, I'm not selling you this card at 2 million PP. Said I'll take L10. He's like, well, that's not gonna look great. He's like, brother, you have shit, fuck.
You're good.
Yeah, buddy, you have helped out and been a very influential part of a group. I'm not taking bigger than L10 for it. And if you don't want it, I'm sure someone else will buy it. And he put it up on the auction house, and I'll be damned if I didn't buy it. Yeah.
Okay. So the card did end up getting passed from an alt to your main. After it sounds like we were ripping a lot of packs to get Connor. I think you mentioned something to me like it was like 30,000 packs you pulled trying to get this card.
I had actually been ripping 2 weeks before Connor came out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then ripped even more, I guess, when Connor came.
Once Connor came out, dude, I was legitimately doing 16-hour pack ripping shifts. I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I'm not asking anyone to confirm that, but there are human beings that are in here tonight that can be like, yeah, you know what, I was around for 5 or 6 hours of it, and I mean, oh yeah, I was around. Another one would tell you they've been around for half of it. I mean, the late night crew, they put in some serious time. I mean, but you know what? It reminded me of my favorite time from last year, which was and I know this is gonna sound bad because he had a pretty unceremonious departure, but Simple Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Funnest time I had was last year. 21 was amazing. And yeah, I thought the same thing. It's like, okay, I'm just doing the same stuff this guy was.
Okay, so ripping packs, rip the Connor. Connor gets open auctioned and then transferred. I know there was at one point a second Connor popped up on your Perfect League roster. Was that another rip or something else?
No, my main man Johnny Balls had him up for 1.6, 1.7 in the auction house. I reached out to him. I was like, man, I can't go 1.6 or 1.7. And he said, I'll do L10, man. And we did L10. Yeah, Johnny Balls, you're getting the shout out. So yeah, I had nothing to do with that one. That one wound up on my account because I live and buy and sell. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, no, that one had nothing to do with me. That one was legit taken from a legitimate transaction that people are not going to be upset about, I think.
Right. Okay.
I don't know.
So, do you feel like you should have been banned for the Connor sale? Is that something on your mind? I know a lot of people probably would want you banned, I think, in this context for the Connor sale. What's like your thought process primarily behind that?
I mean, I don't know why people would want me banned from the Connor show. Contrary to what a lot of people might think, I'm not an idiot. It's pretty clear when there's 2 Roger Connors in all of Perfect League that I got that Roger Connor. I mean, did I think was I trying to get away with something? No. To this moment, I still don't feel like I did anything wrong there. I sold the card the exact same way I had sold every other card. And again, this can be confirmed. That includes a Noodles Han, a Royce, a Dickey, A Wee Willie Keela. I mean, I think that was there was an SE that was. Well, I guess they're all Garbo, but a Garbo SE or LE. I'm sorry.
I remember
Um,
there was a Mel-Ot, because I know I put
yeah,
a bid on it.
right.
Yeah.
2 odds actually. There
Oh,
were
was there 2?
freaking odds and
Yeah.
3 Chicotis, Seacots.
Oh, yes, you did pull 3. I
Yeah,
remember we talked about you pulled 3 Seacots,
yeah.
which was crazy because he came out the same time as Connor, and we had 3 of them to no Connors at the time. So,
Yep.
so open auctioning about, you said 12, 16 hours a day with Connor. There are people who can confirm that. I am one of them. I participated in quite a lot of these auctions. I didn't buy a whole lot, but I just enjoyed talking with people because that's what I like to do.
It's cool to be in a stream, is it not? I mean, just talking people and ripping packs. It's awesome.
I mean, that was Simple Hunter's thing last year, and he was pretty successful doing it, right?
Right.
And
Never quite made it that high.
how do you get 30,000 packs playing bronze? I was over a lot of teams, right? So you have a lot of teams, if I'm correct.
A lot of teams. Yep.
Yep. And you play tournaments on all of them, most of them, some of them. How many teams do you think you throw in tournaments?
Early cycle. I mean, I probably had 50, 60 teams playing in tournaments. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Certainly more than 3.
Yeah. Not a secret. I mean, not a secret.
No. I think everybody's
Moderation
aware.
team is well aware that I have a bunch of freaking teams. I mean, if that was ever a problem, anyone could have just said, "Hey, we're gonna have to do something about this."
So I think something you brought up, a lot of this was done out in the open, and then there were 2 buys of Connor in a private sale. I know some people were a little complaining of something like you couldn't do a buy order, or like private sales just happen and it kind of sets the tone for a card. I know there was a Connor passed ahead of time that was cheaper than your 2 million on it. And we felt pretty strongly about that. But I know personally, I'm a big fan of private sale, and I think if I remember, you are too.
Absolutely.
Is there a reason for that? Because you had probably the highest price on the market for a Connor, and one was sold not to you. So
Yep.
is there? Are we still going to defend that? Is there? What's your kind of take on that?
I still am. It's kind of funny because it's why I'm banned from the game. I could have just gotten that first Connor. I do think about that sometimes, which I know is terrible because it's a freaking video game. But it's a video game I invested a lot of time in. Shoot, where was I? Tee me back up.
First Connor sale.
Yeah,
Private transactions.
Private transactions. Okay. I'm still a defender of private transactions because what happened with the Connor that I didn't get, I'm perfectly okay with, and I agree with that practice. Someone did not want me to have that Roger Connor. And that's not like a ego thing. Like we have discussed it. Somebody didn't want me to have Connor, which I knew and I'm okay with. Because I'm the same way. There are certain people that'll WTB a card, and if I can sell it to someone that I like, or isn't a D-bag, or doesn't break my balls in Discord or something like that, I mean, I'm going to sell it to one of the homies. Absolutely. No questions asked. Yeah, I mean, I'm a defender of the private sale. What's funny is the private sale benefited me a week earlier. I bought a Paul Hines from a buddy of mine, and I paid full L10 for it, but I knew that there was someone else that was fully willing to pay more than full L10 for it. And I got that card in a private sale. I mean, yeah, I'm a defender of the private sales. I think that people should be able to do that. Yes.
Okay. I've seen a lot over the past week, or ever since I announced I was gonna do this interview with you, um, and I have seen all sorts of wild speculation as to the ban. I think a lot of people assumed it was because of Connor, and it wasn't. Um, I know we're going. We're kind of phased out of the game, right? We're still hanging around and talking to some people, but we're
Oh, for sure.
right, and we're kind of looking back, and I was really almost surprised a little bit, I think, personally, when you said you wanted to do a tell-all. So I'm going to ask a big question here. Um, should you be banned for other things? And if so, what are we looking at?
I mean, based on what I've been banned for now, I think a whole hell of a lot of us should be banned, and yeah, I should be one of them too. I mean, if we're actually getting into the TOS, which I mean, I feel like would be pretty difficult because there's been some insanely sloppy enforcement of it. And I mean, I think at this point they kind of pick and choose. I think that's very fair to say. I mean, golly. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I should. I should totally be banned. If that's what 4D is, I've been doing that for 2 years. I participated in it as a buyer last year. I got in trouble for selling 12,000 cards on the auction house. I myself bought 15,000, more than 15,000 cards off of one user last year, Simple Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of people in this community that bought thousands, plural, of cards off of Simple Hunter last year. I I don't think I don't know what I'm doing different except for the fact that mine were 15-minute open auctions and not, hey, I'm just going to put all these cards up at half price. There is a
Yep.
bin. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a no bin. It's not an open thing. It's whoever's in there at that very moment. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we were like remoras under a shark, um, picking those things off. So I mean, yeah, probably should have been banned last year if this is how we're gonna enforce this thing. And again this year. And this is one that really, 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 really pisses me off. I got in trouble because I was the seller on this one. And I think it's great that they didn't get banned, but none of the buyers got banned. Um, but I was a seller on this one. Well, I was a buyer last year, um, and that seller didn't get banned. The people who, I mean, if you play OTP and you mess around in the forums, you've seen me in buy and sell, trying to pitch buying historical silvers, golds, diamonds, and sometimes even perfects over and over and over and over and over. And it was always trying to bulk buy things. I can't tell you how many users in this community that I have bought not hundreds, but thousands of cards from in bulk. I don't want those people banned. Those are some cool dudes. I just don't think it's fair that I got banned for doing the exact same thing, but I get it because I'm not pumping money into them. Yeah, and that pisses me off quite a bit. Not gonna lie.
So I have this I forgot to write down, but I just remembered that um, you are free to play this year, are you not? As in, have not spent money on the game.
I am free to play this year. Have not spent money on the game.
Okay.
We go on there.
We can. I think if what I was trying to more get at with it was, do you feel like if you had pumped money into this game, you would be banned right now?
Ooh. No, because I'm a reformed man this year. Last year there was a lot more gray area in them things, and whoo. Last year, me, like everyone else, treated this game like the wild effing West. I mean, and this year I actually did. What sucks, I actually did try to play this game pretty clean. Yeah, I mean, I tried to keep my nose as clean as one could possibly keep it on that account because my entire plan the entire time was get up to perfect league, stay up there as long as I possibly can, and then quit once I didn't. And, people can say, no, that's not true, but everyone I've spoken with since the start of this game have had one goal, and that was it. So talk to them, I guess, if you need a receipt there.
Okay. Let's see. I've seen... I mean, we can elaborate on that, I think, a bit. So, you feel like then whales are getting special treatment? Is this like a general thing, a common thing? Whales being someone who spends a lot of money on the game. Is there a reason for this, or is this kind of a looking back on it now thing? Like, where's this coming from? What are you feeling about that?
I know I got away with more last year, and really tried to keep my nose clean this year, and the only difference is I didn't spend an ass load of money this year.
So, I also see a good question in chat. Were you warned that you were violating 4D before we were banned for 4D?
I was not warned, and actually I threw something. I threw the response up and the Pidge receipts in your thing, and I guess this is another one where I'll get to bring some stuff up here. I was not. I got warned for the Connor thing, and I got really pissed off about it in some emails, which I can throw in there as well, actually. Yeah, like we spoke about the Connor thing, and I literally explained what I was doing. That just kind of drives me crazy. Explain what I was doing, and what's funny is I have this email that I responded to them 3 times on, telling them, hey, no diagrams, no timelines, no PowerPoint, just me squawking. But I sent 3 straight emails being like, hey, I plan to do the exact same thing that I've been doing, and they just didn't respond to anything. I said, if there's an issue with that, I feel like you should let me know, and they didn't. And then I get banned. But yeah, I can put the Connor stuff up.
Yep, so there is a channel in my Discord where Pidge is putting some of the logs from tonight in. So if you're curious, if you want to see if he has something to back up his argument, if there's something specific you want to see backed up, ask in the chat, and we'll see if we can get that to you.
Yeah,
he came with a lot of info.
I did.
So if you're skeptical, you want to believe something, this man has a lot of stuff prepared. So,
I got one I'd actually like to share now that I think about it.
Sure.
So when the Connor thing happened, they said, here's your 3 choices. We can return it to YOLO. And refund the points because this transaction is considered funneling, which I go ape shit about here in a minute. And then one of the other circumstances they were concerned about, scale and volume of purchase and sales. According to our information, you have at least 33 accounts tied to licenses that have been purchased. These accounts have produced high volumes of auction purchases and sales, the scale of which, when tied to a single person, could be considered market manipulation and would be against Section 4 of the Terms of Service. So, who asked the question?
About the...
Did I get warned?
Yes, it was... Oh, was it scroll up a bit there? Oh no, these are different colors. Hold on.
Well, whatever.
I've completely lost it. Oh,
Right,
it was
whoever.
Jefferson Jim that asked the
Okay,
question.
Jefferson Jim. They use the words could and would. The first time I asked it, we're asking you to reduce sales and purchase transaction volume of these accounts to no more than 50 auction house transactions per account per day. And they have to sell within 90% of, or I have to put them up within 90% of L10. Um, they said, please respond to a yes to these circumstances. Well, I said, YOLO pulled a card and put it up for a 15-minute open auction I had done for 2 weeks prior to when it pulled it. The card was won by an individual that had the highest bid. That individual then did offer to sell me the card at L10. Please note the account that won Roger Connor had a maximum bid well over L10. Happy to provide a screenshot if needed. Now, I did touch on what they said about me selling and how that would be manipulating the market. I said this one here is the shakiest of all. OOTP didn't just comply with my account acquisitions, but encouraged them. Happy to pull the streams in which OOTP personnel hawked the additional license sales. And now you're telling me that I have restrictive actions against these accounts. I believe you very carefully used the word could in the paragraph above because it isn't funneling and hasn't been considered funneling, but now, due to the circumstances described above, you may choose to wield the TOS to make it market manipulation.
I do know that the TOS on cards is you cannot sell below last 10 or 10% below last 10, right? That's the TOS margin of an illegitimate sale. I do know personal experience here. I don't know anybody who doesn't sell 10% last 10 to somebody they know, or even if a card is deflating to try and make a sale. Yeah, so I don't. That one's always surprised me. So it is weird to see that weaponized a little bit there. That one's a little shocking to me. So they did warn you about the Connor. They did have some language. There was some language about relating to the open auctions.
Yes, they asked me to go down to 50 a day and not no bin, to which I refused. Absolutely.
Okay.
And ultimately, that's what I wound up getting the ban for. What pisses me off is I told them that I had intended to do that. Oh, one last question. So that we may avoid future issues of any kind, I plan to continue to list cards at 15-minute auctions with no bin, as previously discussed. This was not directly referenced in your previous email. Your game allows these transactions. Are these to be considered some violation of TOS if my accounts continue this practice? So, yes or no answer. My response. Every transaction is subject to TOS, as are statements made in community areas such as forums, Discord, and social media. I got into it with somebody that day. Transactions that are completed within the game's construct that otherwise fall within market value are not violations of TOS. This is not a policy change. To which I replied, it's also not an answer. I'm asking if I am not permitted to continue 15-minute no-bin auctions. Do you need me to make them an hour? And I will put this one up in the chat as well. To which there was never any reply until 6 days later when they tell me I'm banned because I kept putting up 1 hour no-bin auctions after literally not being told whether or not I could do it. I'm effing lost.
I think, to me, the confusing thing is that they would allow you to be able to sell cards for a TOS breaking number in the game, right?
Keep talking. I can hear you. I've got to go get some juice. Keep talking.
Yep. And we can probably hear you too, so.
Yep.
So it's the 15-minute auctions got removed, I believe, after the Connor sale, but before the ban. So I believe they were removed before the ban, and he was selling at 1 hour open auctions.
1 hour open auction, no bin. Yep.
Okay, so I have that right.
Yep.
So I think that... Yeah, I mean, I see chat is pretty surprised about a lot of this. I just think if you're going to have TOS say 10% of a card, which I think we all know is a little crazy, 10% below P10, then why not make open auctions start at 10% below P10 or something, right?
There's times you can't sell cards on the auction house for 90% of the last 10, and if that is going to be a requirement, like you just said, by God, why isn't the minimum bid 90% or whatever number they're acceptable having? Why isn't that the number?
That would make
I don't know.
sense. I know
Yeah.
Madden this year has implemented a range to prevent people from passing cards, where there's like a median price, and then there's like a range based off that of what you can sell a card at now, which I think is a pretty interesting way to get around it. So I think something like that implemented could solve a lot of confusion, it seems.
You would
Okay,
think.
so we've talked a lot about the ban. We've talked about, kind of where you're at with that and the responses to that, and a lot of this will be in the Discord.
Anything y'all actually want to see, just put it in Kidney's Discord. I mean, any
Yeah.
statement that I've made, I can back up with facts. So if you
Mhm.
want to see something, let me know what you want to see. I'll get it in there.
Oh, Walnut says ticket. Yes, there will be a ticket in this stream for, I think, 250,000 perfect points now, because of the sale. So, we'll start that in a bit.
Nice. It got bigger.
Yeah, it did
Because
get
of the
bigger
sale.
because of the
Yeah,
sale.
that's
Yep.
awesome.
So,
Wow.
yep. Cannot guarantee the Roger Connor, but so Preacher Boy's asking, how did you earn so much PP to buy all these high-end cards while being free to play? If you'd like, you can talk about it. It's up to you.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So after Mattgate happened last year, I was pretty hot. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. And I was actually given $6,000 to go into this year, which is like 11,955,000 perfect points.
I'm just gonna ask a question because JDA brought something up really interesting. Is there an NDA that prevents you from answering the question you just answered?
There was a very comprehensive agreement that has already been breached. I have taken this up with my legal counsel. They also failed to respond to my request within 24 hours, which was also within the agreement, which is yet another breach. And lastly, there was 72 hours to agree on an arbitrator with the National something Association, actually, about arbitrators. None of those are done. So, yep.
So, let me reiterate because I did almost cut you off there. You said 11 million something perfect points were given to you?
I don't know what the real number is. Let's see here. 6,000. Oh, wait, no. What is it? 500. So it's 962, 500 times 12. 11,550,000.
Okay. As a result of Mattgate, because of the money you had put into the game last year, you received points for this year.
Yep.
Okay. Is this... I think we touched a bit on whales earlier. Is this like a common thing? I am not super knowledgeable about this. I knew it existed to a degree. I did not know it was to such a high degree.
A lot of people know it exists. A lot of new players aren't aware that it did exist, maybe. But, I mean, it's known. And there's a bunch of them. Again, I ain't naming no names and
Yep.
nobody for... As we go along here, I'm going to say a bunch of shit, and I ain't going to say no damn names.
Yep. Also, if we reference somebody and you know who they are and you name them in my chat, I'm banning you. For people who don't know what Mattgate is, there was an incident last year where a developer, whether accidentally or intentional, I don't know the whole story behind it, but he was the first person to sell phrase to the franchise Willie Mays, and he set the price for the card at 900,000. And basically, it kind of came out later that he knew kind of what cards would be in missions beforehand, and that is my knowledge of the thing. So basically, he had advanced knowledge. He set the price for a card, and so I guess to mitigate this, they offered a lot of people money in the next game. Is what it sounds like. Okay.
Well, on Scotty.
Okay. So you're free to play.
You got kind of screwed.
As in not spending $1, but you started this year with 11 million perfect points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. I think
whales make the world go round, baby, and they take damn good care of their whales. It worked out real good for me when I was a whale. Not working out was so well for me. I think they figured I would have ran out of money by now, but with that much, I just couldn't. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a great comment. F2V with a small loan of 11 million. But yeah, so I mean, what really sucks is there is a huge double standard. You know, I can give you an insane number of examples of whales getting away with absolute murder. In fact, one of the ones that really chased me in this campaign to get me banned, which is kind of funny. One dude actually reached out after I got banned and was like, I just want you to know I was part of it. And I was like, oh, sweet. What a nice guy.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, there was an actual effort to get it done, and they got it done. So congratulations to them. But, yeah, I mean, so one of the ones that was actually chasing me in the chat about what had happened, he transferred a PTCS winning card from his alt to someone else's main who had also won a PTCS winning card, and then that person transferred it to their main. Have that receipt, will not show that receipt unless someone wants to call some absolute bullshit and it's a human being that did it, and that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, I can give you, there are people with alts that literally, oh yeah, no, I got under their skin all right, Vicarious. There is a group of people, which, again, I was in the group. I didn't do any of it this year, and every damn last one, I'm like, no one will actually speak up, but every damn last one, I'm going to tell you I didn't engage in the practice this year, but if you rip something big on your alt, you find someone else that rips something big on their alt, and you figure something out. And if you rip something monstrous on an alt, you sell it to the other dude, and the other dude's like, all right, I owe you 150K the next time I get something. Which is really stupid, because last year there was a quote-unquote gray area in the forums where you could just sell from an alt to yourself, which seems like it would have avoided a whole lot of this nonsense. Like there was somebody that said something like that. Anyways, yeah, there's a whole lot of practices, and these people look the other way a whole lot. There was a guy last year that spent an insane amount of money on 2 teams, and then also started buying a bunch of licenses. Enough licenses to where he could get 30 players into a single league and run the nastiest perpetual motion you've ever seen. I actually pointed that out after he had won a Perfect League championship and knocked me out of the playoffs. I was salty. I didn't like the guy anyways. But yeah, pointed it out. and nothing was done about it, which really pissed me off. So this year, the very first week, I put 30 teams into a league all together and did the exact same thing and reported my own damn self and wish they would have done something about it. Man, I could have saved 16 to 18 weeks of my life.
So you put you had an entire league to yourself,
Yeah.
and you reported yourself, and you
Yeah.
didn't get banned.
No.
How much money were you making per team in that league? Because I'm assuming you were doing some sort of perpetual trying to, make money
I could probably get 200K out of those teams.
per team.
And if we're gonna OJ, if I did it, here's how. I would have a whole bunch of boys in around that league, and so my stats didn't jump out to anybody. I'd run half the league with killer pitchers, half the league with killer hitters, and then I'd switch. I'd switch up mid-season from everybody having killer pitchers to everybody having killer hitters, because I actually wound up talking to the guy that did it, and he's the one that told me this is how he did it. And again, MFer didn't get banned because he was a whale, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, I did it as just kind of a giant FU.
All right, so I got.
But yeah, I totally did that.
I think I got two big more things, and then I want to ask you kind of like a state of the community question. But before that,
Sure.
we're looking at Zozu is asking how many people got payouts, and I don't think anybody really knows that number, but from what I understand, it was a squeaky wheel gets greased type of situation.
Gets the grease.
Okay, so that's okay. So something like that, and then I think it's a little interesting, and you can elaborate on this however you want. I've gotten questions from a few people that you are automating certain processes in Perfect Team or evaluations. I got it in. I think the wording of one of the questions I got submitted was that we are automating like a model, like having a model that's like next level, like pitchers versus hitters, like a complete simulator. I last year, and I have told you about this, reported you for having types of automation that were unparalleled with the rest of the community. I think on multiple occasions I reported you for that.
Okay.
And that one always just kind of surprised me. And then as I did get to know you this year, I do know Pidge very well. I found out I was right about all of it. And I had told some other people, and they had told me I was absolutely crazy. I had about one person that believed me. What's like the level of automation you have? What does it do? What kind of monster are we looking at?
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw this up. And you probably want to read it pretty quick. That one's probably going to get scrubbed. I had built a badass model last year. I was pretty stoked about it. And then I realized I could get kind of next level if I could have essentially, a glorified picture reader that takes data out of pictures and puts it into a nice clean format for you to do whatever the hell you want to do with it. And one day it got brought up in buy and sell in OOTP 21, which is the link you see there, and it kind of got okayed, and I was like, all right, I'm going balls deep into this. I think I had already been kind of trying to mess around with it on a more serious level, but once I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm going absolutely nuts with this, and I just stayed up with a couple of nerds and spent a whole bunch of time on it. So what I can do from an automated process is search the auction house, and that data then goes into it's basically a picture's taken of whatever search string I'm doing. Um, and that data will go into a glorified spreadsheet, and it'll search the next 8, 9 names, and that data will go into a glorified spreadsheet, and I can actually get an alert if a card that I am seeking at a price that I am willing to pay for it is up on the auction house, and then I can just hit the Google Remote desktop app because Go sucks and scoop that card. And I mean, it's a matter of how much time it actually takes me to go through my queries. But I can search about 200 card names every 9 or so minutes, which isn't super amazing, but it's the best I can do.
So we're looking at, you said 209 names for 15 minutes.
Yep.
Completely automated. Sends you
209 minutes.
200.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it sends a message to your phone if something pops up you want.
So it's actually not okay. Yeah, it technically is a message. Yeah, I guess it's a message on my phone. Yeah.
Okay. And then what about the
Oh, where's
modeling
that?
side of things? I understand there are things you can do that other people cannot do because you can read box scores.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. That is a little more manual. Um, I actually have to bring it up for the box. I actually have to bring up a result for the box scores to get rid, which is a bitch. But I got 30 minutes between sims and didn't have a whole lot else to do, so why not?
Okay.
Uh, a couple of things I missed on our previous conversation. I'm sorry for doing this.
Sure. Go ahead.
As far as the double standard goes, you got to go back. I
Go
won
for
a
it.
card from a whale last year that was shit face wasted in his stream, Simple Hunter. Um, and he missed a 0 on a Hornsby. And I got the card for 60K. And without
That was you? I remember that happening.
anything, any
Wow.
consultation of me or anything, that card was reversed out of my account. Um, which I'm still salty about to this day. There was a situation where one of the whales last year, one of the guys I thought was going to sell me a whole bunch of cards, he tried to screw me over. He was doing one of your numbers, 262696696, and instead he put it up for 296969. But he did his opening bid at what the minimum was. So I
Mm-hmm.
bid it up as high as I was willing to go, and that one got completely wiped off by the moderation team, that bid. Um, yeah. So I think those are some screwed up things that would, you know, not a big fan of how those went down, but they went down. And anyways, now we can go to your other stuff. But those are
No,
two that
I
pissed
mean,
me off when they happened.
that kind of ties in very well to the next question, which was going to be,
Okay.
what is, in your opinion, we've talked a lot about double standard, I think is kind of the theme for tonight. But what is, in your opinion, the biggest issue that's like kind of plaguing the game or the community? What is, like, if you could just magically make everyone have world peace, how would you do that and out of the park?
So we're the problem. No, I mean it. It
Yeah.
sucks, but it's true. The user base is the problem. The user base is willing to tolerate so much and continue to dump stupid time and stupid money into this game. I dumped stupid money into this game last year. Um, we're the problem. And every other example in the world, you don't argue with these people or try to create change in any other way than with your wallet and with your time. Um, we're the problem. we put up with so much. And me, dude, I mean, it was balls deep in OOTP for a year and a half. Like, I was legitimately balls deep in OOTP for a year and a half. Um, and all of the stupid shit that happens that we just, what the hell happened to y'all last night? I mean, dude, that shit. I'm sorry. Now I'm getting bad with it.
You're okay to swear.
That can't be acceptable to a user base. And when things happen, like, yeah, someone's obviously going to say, oh, well, that's a one-time thing. Okay, well, we've had a lot of damn one-time things. And it's a little frustrating. And the problem is us. The problem is we are so hardcore for this game that everything gets a pass. And we're okay. And every damn last one of y'all, if you're not one of the whales, you're complicit with these actions. You can't have not possibly had the slightest clue that some of this shit was going on. There's no way. There's no way that you have been around this game and not thought, well, man, a very small number of people seem to have very impactful sway in this community and in the direction of this game. And it's your fucking whales, dude. I mean, and it was awesome when I was whale. Ooh, boy, I loved having a straight line to Marcus. Damn, that was awesome. Ooh, didn't ever had that with Madden. Uh, that changed a little bit this year. I mean, hold on. Knowing it's going on and being able to undeniably prove it's going on are different things. What would you like undeniably proved, Torgonius? I'm not calling you out by any means, but I got lots of receipts, and I'm just waiting to cash them hoes in. So if there's something I can clear up for you, I would love to. And I guess I'll wait. Oh, you mean from your perspective? Okay.
Yes, MDub. This will be. I'm actually gonna download this and probably create a YouTube channel for it and some of my other things that I've saved because Twitch doesn't save VODs for over 3 months, so it will be on VOD. So you say the problem is us because we're allowing people to get away with things, right? Is there a different solution you have than maybe just not letting people get away with things? I'm not really sure if you have an answer for something like that. It's a hard question.
Sure. I mean, I can take a swing at it. One, I mean, I think the biggest deal is you do have to speak with your time and your money. If you want something to change, you're going to have to do something. The fact that the whales got so much more of a head start this year is absolutely nuts. Like, they didn't need I needed the hell of a head start. They didn't need a head start, and they got one anyways. And y'all are sitting here picking scraps and not able to find the last fucking silver for a cover-all mission. What is he, a gold? Is he a gold?
Oh, yeah, it's
What's his name?
Otto Velez, right? Is the bad one for Rick's.
That's not the one I was actually thinking of. There's
Or,
Sean Barry. James got it.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. And, you know.
Yeah, St. Louis, you need them all as well. Yeah, there's... Okay, so...
Kind of sucks that they banned a guy sitting on 7,900 silvers, golds, and diamonds, huh? I wonder if my packs being ripped right now over and over and over and over would help that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I wonder if there's been a drier auction house as a result of a guy not throwing cards up for the people.
I actually was going to check that because I remember the number of pages on the auction house. No, it was way more than that when you were ripping. It was way more than 470, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And we are at Oh wow, we're at a. Oh wait, I do non-live. We're about the same right now. Actually, it's been a good week then. We're at 482. I think I had you around 550 normally.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So not too bad actually, but obviously more is more, right?
Yelling ain't be given no damn free PP unless you spend some damn money, Zazu. I hate to say it, but that's just how it is. And no, they tightened up the TOS this year. You're gonna have a damn difficult time with a class action. Ooh,
Yes.
They tightened that thing up, and you agreed to it.
Leona, I was.
Yeah,
you were messaging. Yeah, that was who I was telling you about. My friend.
Leona?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was saying my friend found out about the auctions and was confused why there were so many. It was her. Yeah. That was Pidge.
Yeah. Oh well, Zazu. Yeah, you got a claim. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about a lot. I know we talked a lot in private, and I think we haven't like directly touched on it, but I do want to talk about it because we're going to address it a little bit at the end of the stream. We are going to go over all of Pidge's strategy tips for the entire game at the end of the stream. That's what I'm most excited for personally.
Yeah, man. I think that'll help a lot of people actually.
Gatekeeping.
Some people's sliders suck. I'm sorry to say it, but your sliders suck.
Yes,
They
sliders.
suck.
So gatekeeping is really what I feel like here is like almost the denominator where we see people pushed out or almost held to a level of ignorance that makes them inferior by the elite, right? I know we talked a lot about this, doing some prep for this. I think, to me, the biggest issue right now is that there are people sitting on information that help other people, and they intentionally do not answer questions truthfully or accurately to dissuade other people from actually winning, right?
Guilty.
Yeah.
It was cool before that kind of group of people turned on me, but yeah, I mean, that's a pretty common practice in there, actually.
I mean,
yes, there's some very bad advice given. I mean, I tried to keep mine decent this year. I started on the catcher ability voodoo, and that's the only one I tied myself to. I wasn't giving out, hey, run this guy. I wasn't showing shitty stats for when my guys were in silver and gold. I mean, yeah, no.
That one was funny. I knew that was such a troll, but it was funny. You and Will King were doing the catcher ability voodoo thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to catch her with a twig.
Don't run a catcher with a twig is what we're saying. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Man, so yeah, I mean, it sounds like
We'll get there, PJ. Sorry to interrupt, kidneys.
oh, yes, we definitely will get there. I'm excited to hear that answer too in full.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of, it sounds like almost gatekeeping the game with the whales at an even higher level than we thought, right? I mean, I've come recently to see a lot of these strategy things that I know people know better about that they're recommending to other players, you know, and I think recently you've kind of tried to shed a light on that it's a lot more than we thought, and it goes up a much higher level, right?
Yeah. So one thing that I think is a huge issue is I don't think anything will be addressed out of this. And if it is, it's just going to be bullshit. And again, I got receipts. If anybody, if any of the people from the OOTP staff say what he said was not true, I can prove that it is pretty damn easily, pretty damn quick. All of the things that I've said are true, do happen. They occur within the game itself. I mean, yeah.
I like what Hero Driver said, which was Egyptians purposely kept the peasants uneducated them so they could manipulate into them into building pyramids for the gods.
Funny we play a pyramid game, huh?
A little bit.
Isn't that weird?
I think that's really funny. And thanks, Mike, for pointing out my volume was too loud. Y'all got to do that stuff sooner. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, so I think my main goal this year, right, for me personally, and you definitely know this, but is freedom of information, right? Where I'm trying to spread as much knowledge as I can to the quantity I know. And I'm not anywhere near the smartest guy this year, but I know some things. I learned way too many things from you. And to me, I think that's how, if we're going to play the game, I think that's how we combat a lot of this, right? Is just kind of learning and trying to grow together.
You have to be on level fucking footing, though, and right now you're not, and that's not fair. I mean,
yeah,
you're never gonna get there. You're already so far behind if you're not spending money, and any other disadvantage that comes your way is just that much more crippling. Yeah, if you can't get on level footing, you might as well not play the damn game. Or you might as well just not play League at least. You know what? If you can get off being an iron or a bronze or a silver runner, even a gold runner, yeah, play the game. I don't know.
So,
yep.
I've kind of dropped my takeaways on this, and I think I've covered pretty much everything. We are going to do chat questions, so if I've missed something, feel free to chime in. We've actually been pretty good about answering them as they come along, I think, though. What's like, if people took away one or two things from, we've been going for a little over an hour now, what would you like them to take away from this? Like, what's your summary? And yes, Hero Driver, Pidge is banned. Pidge was banned sometime in the past week.
Yep. One, the fact that I got banned for listing cards at 15 minutes and no bin because I did them in too much volume and manipulated the market in a way that I would intend to gain financial or competitive advantage by putting cards up for no bin. I don't know how I gained any financial or competitive advantage to that. And so there's not just a double standard, but they can wield that TOS in any way, shape, form, or fashion that they want, and they can ban you out of the game. I know the easy answer is keep your nose clean, keep your head down, yada, yada, yada. Okay, great. But I should be able to play the game in the exact same fashion as everyone else, and so should you. That shouldn't be up for debate. So that's a big one for me. And the second one is, just, you know what? Take a look behind the curtain. You know, these same people that have been shunning me all week long, they're aware of all this other shit that goes on. They've got buddies that do the shit. They've seen it in a chat before. There's nothing new that's going on. And all of that is okay because it's on their side of the fence. But a guy that they don't like, and hey, I gave him plenty of reasons not to like me. All of this is of my own doing. I get that. I'm not an idiot. It's all on me. Totally get that. But yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right that some people can do something and other people can. I don't think it's right that I was able to sit in a chat with 7 or 8 guys sometimes and just pick off thousands of cards a night, and it was okay because it was a giant whale doing it. No bueno. I also don't think, what I'm doing, buying wholesale. When I'm buying them from their whales, there's absolutely no problem with it. So, I mean, those are 2 big takeaways for me is, you know what, if this game isn't going to be played level, then I don't know what to tell you. Now you know. If you still choose to play, then you're probably as much of a junkie as I was the first time I realized, damn, I do not need to be playing this game. Yep.
I'm still going to have hope.
All right.
I
hope away.
I think I'm too invested to give up, but I think the thing I like about my time is I spend most of it trying to help other people be better, right?
Mhm.
So I think just my personal takeaway is maybe, I wouldn't give up necessarily, but I think maybe, and I don't think that's for everyone too, because I know people that are legitimately addicted, right? There was definitely a point I was, right? But, yeah. But, make a difference in what you do, right? Try and be the better person, right?
You got to get them to level the playing field. You got to
I think,
have everyone's opinion matter in a way. You can't let the game be hijacked by some personalities and some money. And it is, period.
mhm.
If you can literally sit here and tell me that after all the shit that you've heard and seen, I don't know what to tell you, homie. That does not sound like a great plan, but that's just me.
Mhm. I don't know. I do have some fun questions. If chat has questions, throw them in the chat, and I will ask the fun questions, and then we'll hit those, I think.
I'm up.
You know who these are from. What brand of suits do the tiny pigeons in the auction house wear? And do they speak a Pidge language, or do they speak like normal birds or English?
We only wear Riviera, and we don't speak at all. We just carry notes to one another that we scribble without our opposable thumb. Damn.
I promised I would ask those.
Literally, Bailey. Yes, literally. No, I'm not able to come back vicarious. I'm done. I got banned on some bullshit. And again, I think a lot of people had a lot of misconceptions about why I got banned. I got why I got banned in the damn chat. If you want to see more about why I got banned, I'm more than happy to put it in there. What am I doing with all the time I'm getting back? So this week, so it's actually football season now. So I was gonna have to spend a lot less time on the game anyways. But this week, what I've been spending most of my time doing so far is messing around with my deck. It's a project I've been putting off for ages. I'm talking 7 or 8 years worth of ages. So, yeah, finally got that cranking this week.
I'm sorry, I'm a child.
That.
This is not a PG stream, by the way, if you haven't
That's
figured that
all right.
already. Pitch has been pretty tame tonight.
Really, yeah.
With language, which is actually really funny for you. Yeah, sorry, distracted chat. Did I miss any questions? I think we got them. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna
Hold
throw
on.
up. Go ahead.
You missed at least one question.
Yeah, what is it?
Crashes.
Oh,
Shit.
where's Crash?
Shit.
Where is Crash's question? Am I missing
Oh, no.
Crash?
I'll get it.
Do you have an answer to it?
I'll figure one out. What does Pidge think of the fallout of the temporary bans in TBD? Those who left, our
yes.
reconstruction process, and the future of the group.
Yes.
So I'll touch on a bunch of things here, and I mean, I'm trying to keep it as real as I can. I'm a huge fan of TBD. I grew disillusioned with TBD for a period of time this year when I felt like Cause was busting my balls when I would say damn near anything. And I actually reached out to the E6 people. I actually reached out to Walnut. At the end of the day, I did wind up not doing anything with either one of them because I had just built some relationships in here that were amazing. And I think the E6 dudes are effing G's. That was a channel that I really wanted to join. If nothing else, I wanted to join the damn channel.
I was there too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, some real G's in that one. DLL's got some decent dudes too. There's some of them are just ass lickers, so that kind of holds down the overall grade. Hey, I forgot we got some E6s in this mother. All right. Yeah, no, y'all are some G's, dude. And the game as well as just being cool dudes. Do greatly appreciate that. Now, I'm going to answer Crash's question. The temporary bans in TBD, I mean, they sucked. That was one of the first things when the Connor thing came up that I really pushed for in my, I guess, negotiations, was that my people had to get unbanned before I would agree to anything else. And that's still, like, again, y'all were not buying more cards than me and so and so and so and so and so and so. I mean, y'all weren't buying nearly as many cards as me and a lot of prominent people in the OOTP community today. So I thought that was really messed up. And the defections afterwards, I wasn't terribly surprised with. But there are a couple of them folks that I really liked. I mean, B Jammin left, and he was always awesome, and he was always very nice. Roscoe was pretty heavily anti what went down with the Connor, and I did reach out to him privately. That was a good one as well. API, a dude that I had talked with quite a bit in the past. The defections, I mean, they are what they are. Some people don't like to be around a stick of dynamite like me. That's actually something. He was in here. He's still in here. Okay. I said I wasn't gonna name names, but this isn't a bad thing at all. It's something that me and M-Dub talked about. Was you're eventually going to do something stupid, and I'm worried about how it's going to look.
I remember that.
Yeah, and for the people in TBD, I appreciate you sticking it out with me while I eventually did something stupid. Even though I don't feel like it was stupid, I do think it was a negative reflection upon TBD, which was made pretty clear to me in some DMs, and that hurt me more than anything else in this process. I was ready to be done with the game anyways, but again, I made friends. I mean, effing online friends with some dudes. So yeah, like, and yeah, DJTX, I mean, that's what TBD was for me. It's crazy. Like, it got rid of the main Discord, which is kind of awesome because you go in there and sometimes you get shit on, and sometimes you just don't feel like getting shit on. Go ahead. Sorry, I know.
No, totally. Just because, to me, part of the reason I backed off this game, this year is I felt like I had lost my sense of community in the game, where a lot of people that I thought were friends of mine really weren't, and so I think
turned out to be the case.
Yeah, I think that I've kind of refound that with a lot of the TBD folk and just a lot of general folk now. And I think the best thing you can do if you're playing this game is make friends, get in a community, make a community, be inclusive and learn the game together, play the game together, right? I think that's the most fun you can have is meeting those other people.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
F'd up one thing that I'm seeing that you wrote there. From 9 a.m. Central to midnight Central, I would pretty much be playing this game. Like, even if I was out with my family or something or driving somewhere, I would always have it up on the app. So, yeah, like, again, pretty too much deep. Yeah, way too deep.
Yeah.
All right.
We good?
Good.
All right. I'm opening a giveaway. Let me throw that open. It is going to be
giveaway.
! Ticket. Ready? It's open. Just type ticket. Type it once. You only need to type it once. You don't get multiple entries. It is not going to be for 175,000 PP. I think it's going to be for 250,000 PP. I'm going to give you a code to enter for it. If you're on Steam, I will credit your Steam account with it because I don't think you can enter a code on Steam. We'll let this run for a minute, 2 minutes. Excuse me. And we will do that. I know that's why everybody's here already. Guys, there's 100 people here. I think that's the most I've had since I debuted my show in like February. Can we double it?
For the people? I can't give them no more cards on 15-minute auctions, but I can get some PP in their pockets. Can we double it for the people? Can I send you the rest?
Yeah, if you want to. Go for it.
Give away 2 of them things.
All right. Can I edit a going giveaway? I think I should be able to pick 2 winners. Yeah, I should be able to pick 2 winners. So we'll let it go for a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll do it. So 250,000. Thank you to Out of the Park for the sale, Pidge for the sponsor. Going to 2 separate chat winners. That's crazy.
Well, we had to sit here and listen to me squawk for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, that's brutal, right? If I can't edit, I can do a second one. Yeah, for sure. We'll make it happen.
And it's sent, good sir.
Thank you. I see that on my phone. Oh, yes, we are going to get the Park Factor rant. We're going to get it in there. Absolutely. I would not miss the Park Factor. And, guys, do stick around because Pidge is going to share all sorts of things out of the park strategy related. And if you're playing the game, you don't want to miss this. This is... I've been looking forward to it all week. So
about 3.5 million on my main Ludwig, and then 7,900 historic cards, silver, gold, diamond, and perfect. So a shit ton. A metric shit ton.
Let's let this go for 2 minutes. You want to do the Park Factor rant, and then we'll call a winner?
Sure.
Okay. Do you need my game open for this, or no?
It would help.
Okay, I'll bring it up.
That would be great. Okay.
Let's see if this works. It works. There's my team. Ignore. Oh, I won 5-0. Very nice. All right. So I'll take us, I assume, to the ballpark screen. No, this is my team. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not banned.
Yeah. So, first thing about park factors is they have shifted at the highest level. 83%. Oh, please let that happen. I'm sorry. Continue, Pidge. All right. That's crazy because I play a shit ton of home games tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. At the beginning of the cycle, the only way you could play the game was to play lefty cheese. The reasoning for it was everyone that came into your park you had an advantage over because, one, they could be running a righty, in which you actually got to face your lefties in a park that does boost your team's performance against a righty. The second part, which is why lefty cheese was so effective early on for the same people over and over and over. We wouldn't let lefties bat in a lefty cheese park against a lefty. I know how ass backwards that sounds. You would think you would want lefties, but you don't. You look at the best players running lefty cheese today, they're probably running a full righty VL lineup. Those were the people that got a little ahead or copied someone and found out that really if you're 1.1 on a full boost, let me make Kidney screen bigger, see if I can see what he's doing.
Yeah, I would zoom in, but I would have to resize my screen and it would crash.
All right. So he's 1.1 against
1.5.
batters.
Yeah. 1.1,
So-
1.5, 0.9.
He's really only like, if you were looking at it as a percentage, he's really only getting like 6-ish% better performance out of his left-handed batters if He was running 1.1, 1.0.
So as opposed to 10%, I'm getting 6.
Right. Last year's park factors were like an actual percentage. And a point 0.9 and a 1.1, you were somewhere between 18 and 22% at that advantage to have that handedness at your park, which is why everybody kept fucking up lefty cheese start off, because they'd run lefties and lefty cheese like you're supposed
Yep.
to.
Yep.
You're getting about a 6% advantage. So instead of last year where it was a percentage, this year it's like the dial on your music. It's just, okay, 10's a number, 11's a little more, and it's about 6%. So
Okay.
currently, as the meta stands today, your best park is actually dependent upon the players that you have. If you're a guy that's going to run bangers, you want your 1.1% in your home runs, and you want it to be neutral. You want to run a neutral park because that is the way that you're going to steal the most margin currently in the game. And I'm more than happy to come back on here, take a look at what's going on at one of the upper levels at some point, and say, hey, this has changed. But as of right now, the most effective way to play is to run completely neutral and force a team to give you an opportunity to face 8 right-handers versus a right-hander, or even better, 8 left-handers versus a left-hander.
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to basically win that numbers game. And from a strategical perspective on park factors, that's as good as it gets right now. Running dead neutral, 1.1s on, if you've got the cards, 1.1s on contact, ball in play, whatever the hell they average.
Yep.
Um,
Just a quick last call for the giveaway. I'll give it another minute, but get your exclamation mark tickets in the chat, and we're gonna do 2 prizes of like 250,000 perfect points. So do enter.
well done, PJ Sleece. Yeah, neutral
Mm-hmm.
is definitely the way to go for right now. And another thing, if you're playing this game to where you're around for every single one of your sims, you want to be running a 10 or 11 man bullpen. Now, when I got banned, I got stuck with 6 starting pitchers and 5 relievers in my rotation. So don't get banned while you're doing this, or you're. Uh,
Interesting note, CF Genesis, that I ran some math on, so I can actually speak to something strategical here. Ground ball don't really matter very much at all. It has like no correlation with batting average, so it don't nothing. I always thought it did something. It don't, unless Pidge is gonna correct me.
no.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything. So
Depending on who I'm running, I'm actually a little more preferential toward ground ball pitchers. Like when I had to put McGraw back out in the field,
mm-hmm.
and I switched from running Bancroft to either Archie or Appling, it got a little more scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got a badass defensive infield, you want EXGB is what you actually want, which is crazy because I know a lot of people are like, hey, but no.
Oh, I
Like,
love the EXGBs. I won so many games in 20 using EXGB and a really good defense that was all gold cards.
I mean, that is the difference. You do need a good defense running those this year, more so than last year actually, which is funny because I thought they were nerfing defense, but I guess the engine didn't get the memo.
Yo, I
I don't
see
know.
like the past 5 guys entering ticket are all E6 guys. Did your follow? You guys good? Or do you need more time?
Yeah, did we get the crew in here?
Yeah, we get the whole group in there. We'll do sliders. The shift is interesting though. I don't know if you shift. You probably know more or less with good infield defense. Or
We
does it
can
matter?
do that. We can do that when we get there.
All right.
I really want to kind of stick this one at a time,
Okay.
and kind of go straight down.
Yep. All right.
I
So
do feel like some of my strategist friends totally bailed on me during this entire process. So this is absolutely one of these to them. Yeah.
no, he said he was stuck with 11 pitchers, so not 11 relievers, but he said run 6 relief
Five
pitchers
relievers.
or
5
oh, and
relievers.
6 starters, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then just rotate who's the good matchups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to go back to that real quick,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be as platoon heavy as you possibly can right now. And if
Yes.
you're around for all the sims, you just want to move arms in there. Like on my perfect league team right now, I'm stuck with Cy Young in my bullpen still. But there's just so many good replaceable arms that you just bring them in one at a time. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. Um, and it's a huge advantage. And we're going to get around some of the other issues that you might be having as we go through the sliders here.
All right, I'm going to close the giveaway and pick 2 winners.
Sweet.
And I'm going to give a little time for delay. So like 5 now, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have closed the giveaway. I will
Gardner
pick
Crash.
a winner.
Gardner Crash.
OMG Puppies. Hey,
That
buddy.
one works too.
And then
What?
the real Teddy O. Oh, people are going to be spamming rigged.
Yeah, that's a rigger.
That's rigged right there. 100% rigged. All right, Teddy and Puppies, DM me your just send me a DM on Discord. You both have me on Discord, so send me DMs, and I will get both you guys your perfect points on whatever platform you play on. So
I think we should do one at the very end too for the gangsters that stuck it out.
If you want.
It's coming.
All right, we'll do one more at the end then.
I can't give you my cards on 15-minute auctions anymore. I can find another fucking way. I should just have perfect point giveaway bullshit streams.
It'd be pretty popular, I think.
I think it might.
All right. You ready to tell me how wrong I am on everything?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. Cool. I see that. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Oh, shit a brick.
Can you read it?
I can, buddy. I can.
All right.
All right. So, where do we start? All right. So for my stocks, and this is league play, okay? Tourney play, if we wanted to get into it, we can. But for league play, here's what I would do. Let me make it big real quick. Dang it. And I'm going to go out of screen because I got to squint for a second too. We're going to go up 1 click on our stolen bases. And this is gazillions of simulations through this stuff with some things.
So I will note that I do run adjust and they're not neutral. So like I'm technically 1 out of 20 on stolen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish someone could. Damn, I should have asked DRC for some data on my stats. My base running's pretty freaking sick.
Okay.
I've been not first in my division in Perfect League and BSR 1 time ever. No, 2 times ever. I'm sorry. And I was second. So I mean, I feel pretty confident about these suckers. Base running, we want to go 2 up.
That's what I ran all last year was 1-2. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2. Yeah, I'm watching you, so I'm a little slow here. We're gonna leave hit and run alone for a second.
Okay.
Stack, bunt, squeeze, bunt, and bunt for hit. Yeah, I'm totally cool leaving them all the way they are. Can we go to 9th inning?
Yes, sir.
Close plus -1.
I have no changes per inning. Just so you know.
Yikes, buddy. Okay. Close plus -1.
Wait, where's the
Score right below. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Plus -1. 9th inning.
Yep. Now, I actually crank both my bunt for hit and my squeeze up a decent little chunk here.
Okay, where do you like them?
Halfway with my squeeze and 1 over halfway with my bunt for hit. Now, a lot of people aren't big fans of giving up outs. I totally get it. Again, yep, that's it. I'm just now catching up. That's what I like in my late game. 7th and 8th, I'll come off of the bottom and small trail and close +1. You can actually copy if you want. It'll be a little quicker.
Can I copy?
Shit.
Oh, I can copy.
Yeah,
Okay,
go back
sweet.
to
Oh wait, no, this one.
Ninth. Yep.
Yep.
Plus. Yep. Nope. 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 Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
I figured it out. I did small trail, large trail, right?
Small trail.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I want to pull. You know what? You did.
I did
Bunt
both
for hit and squeeze play instead of sack bunt and squeeze play. I just realized that.
Okay. So it was like this, like this.
Yeah. I want to go small. No. Small trail. I want to back them way down.
Okay.
Way down.
It's on 7 and 8th.
Yeah, way down.
All the way off.
The close plus -1. We do want to kind of move those up a little bit, not as much as we have them in the 9th. Probably a tick less on sack bunt.
Okay.
And 2 ticks less on 1 tick less on squeeze as well, which will put you dead center.
Okay. Like that. Got it. I know it takes a little time to update. I can't stream to you, or I would.
All right, now, pitch around. I'm maxed the hell out on pitch around. I know this is highly debated, and a lot of people think that it's completely and totally useless. I don't. So, I absolutely crank that sucker. I absolutely crank hold runners because I'm not worried about stamina because we'll get to that later.
Okay. Does that? I'll let you do that interaction letter.
Scores?
Yeah, thank you. Yep. That's better.
Might as well copy.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, there you go. All right. All right, now infield shifts maxed all the way. Outfield shifts maxed all the way. Outfield depth. So this is a bit of a tricky one. I'm not a big fan of outfield depth because in this game where we stand right now, the catchers are useless, worthless, and no good, and you're giving up a double if someone pinch hits Tim Raines late in a game. So 9th and 7th, 8th, I move my shift outfield depth way down. Now, the whole point of shifting outfield depth is late in the game, you're playing no doubles defense, nothing over your head in real baseball. However, in OOTP baseball, doesn't exactly work that way. So I actually bring those down as I get late. But yeah, I keep it relatively high the rest of the game. It's just so ass backwards. I know that looks so stupid, right? Because that's not how you should ever have it in baseball. You would want it high. All right, now let's see here.
Back to all scores, right?
Yep, all scores. Okay, now when are you starting your pinch hitting? 4th inning. Ooh, that's bold.
Yeah, well, it's because that's when an opener is the max an opener can go. That's what my logic was.
Well, that's the hedge against getting beat. You got to take chances on not getting beat or not getting fooled or only getting fooled once. But
I don't micro. So it's 4th inning. I don't micro really except playoffs, so that's why I was doing 4th.
So again, last and 7th, 8th here, I'm using pinch hit a shit ton, like all the way jammed. Yep. And pinch runners in the 9th and close, absolutely jammed. No, go back.
I got it. 9th close.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry. Yeah, you just. Yep. I can't see it.
I'm too fast.
All right. So go back to all times, all scores again.
Yep. James calling out. James opened me multiple times in different directions and ruined me because I didn't have opener lineup set because I changed my lineup yesterday and I forgot to reset them.
To see it. All right, so back to all times, all scores. Bam, 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 bam. All right, now let's go to an individual pitcher real quick.
Individual pitcher.
Yep. Under strategy, player strategy.
Yep, I can do
left.
it this way. Yep.
Okay. All right. So who do we have up? Because I'm
Matt
in the
Harvey.
corner.
Do you want one
Okay.
you know? Let's do one you
Just
know.
give me his whatchamacallit real quick. His backup card.
Oh, yeah. This is Matt Harvey. It's a good card.
All right. So 95 control both ways.
Yep.
All right. So here's my rule of thumb. Let's go back to the strategy screen again.
Mm-hmm.
Player strategy, back one screen.
Yep.
All right. So general rule of thumb for me, and it moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the easiest way to figure it out is, I guess not the easiest. What I generally do is the 40 highest usage players, I take their combined average, and that's what I'm going to call my baseline for my pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that baseline is, the dead center is where I'm going to start. If 92 is the average guy, so I'm fully cranked over there in my global, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So for my player strategy, for me to be dead center, I actually need to be completely off.
Okay. Would you completely
So,
off him?
oh, absolutely not, because we're not quite there yet. I would actually have
Okay.
him kinda almost dead center. So general rule of thumb is whatever I'm calling my minimum threshold,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing for every 2 points of control, I'm moving it one click over. So
Okay.
let's call 90, which it isn't
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
No.
What's Huddy? Huddy's 94.
No. Huddy isn't Huddy 90? I took him off my team.
Ah, shit. So we don't know who Huddy is.
I could grab him real quick. I'll grab him.
Glavin's 94. Yeah.
Glavin's a 94?
I'm
Yes, he
trying to ask.
is. Yes, he is. He is a 94.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Glavin for me is a 2 clicks
Mm-hmm.
right kind of guy from the bottom.
2 clicks right from the bottom. Because he's 2 more than we'll say.
Yeah.
90.
So
Okay.
and Glavin's a 94. So I'm gonna give Harvey one more
One more click. It's
one
about
more
half a
click
cliff
than
if
I'm
we
gonna
could.
give.
Yeah.
One more click that I'm gonna give Tom Glavin.
Okay.
Now, another thing I'd like to point out real quick is you want to be minning and maxing almost everything on both of them, if at all possible. Pitch around is a little different, but the
So,
rest of these things, go ahead.
yeah, so I'm doing that, but I'm doing it at like a 1 of 20, right? Or a half of 10, kind of. Because I want them to be able to do it sometimes. I was under the opinion that having it completely minned on some of these was never, ever, right? Or is that incorrect?
No, it's not incorrect. Your intentional walk,
Mm-hmm.
I would have a little bit higher than that, just
Okay.
because there are situations where even having one, the AI is not going to walk a guy in a situation.
What do you like?
What was the fucking DRC stream?
Oh, I
There
don't
were
remember.
there were runners on second and third and only one out, and the guy's pitcher did not intentionally walk the guy. I was like,
Ooh.
oh, I don't know what your number is, but it's a wrong number. So the one that we haven't talked about yet is guard lines. Um, Guard lines is beneficial in almost every aspect of the game, except for the fact, and it's really weird, you're going to give up more infield hits if you are fully cranked on guarding lines.
Okay, so
I don't know why.
we did not crank it on overall.
We did not crank it on overall. I meant to touch base
Okay.
or touch on it, and I just completely
Do we
forgot.
want to crank it on overall too?
Yeah, you do want to crank it on overall.
All the way?
Yep, I would.
Okay. So what you're saying then is guard lines is giving up infield hits for reducing outfield hits? Is that what it is?
Giving up infield hits for reducing dobles.
Reducing doubles. Okay, so that sounds really good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's kind of funny is like I don't understand the logic behind the guard lines giving up fewer infield hits because they're just moving to the left more. at third base or moving to the right more at first base. I don't understand how that
I
leads
guess
to more
there would
infield
technically
hits.
be a bigger gap between third baseman and shortstop, or first baseman and second base would be the logic, right? So you can hit through the gap more.
Well, F me. Yeah, I guess that's a possibility.
But it wouldn't be an
Um,
infield hit, really. But yeah.
all right. So with this Mr. Harvey fellow, I want his hook as starter way the hell down.
All the way down?
Uh, well, what's our global?
Our global is all the way up.
Okay. Yeah. So I want him 2 up.
2 up. Wow.
2 up.
Okay.
Yep.
What is the reason behind that? So, I guess we can touch a bit on this because we're looking at the starter hook, right?
Mm-hmm.
My logic, and we talked about this a little bit when I did playoffs, right, was pitch count the guy and then let him always get to the pitch count under any circumstance.
So that's one where when you're looking at those aggregates again of pitch around for global and pitch around for player strategy, you're still way over half right now. Like you're
True.
crazy over half right now.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I bring my hook starters. Can you go back to global real quick?
Yes. Global. All squares, all times.
Okay, so early 1 through 6 all scores.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna want that thing cranked pretty good for early 1 through 6 all scores all times. Now, when I get to the playoffs, close, small trail, and small lead, I'm cranking it back down some.
Okay.
And when I get to the 7th and the 8th and the 9th inning, I do not know. Hell no.
True.
Bring it down. Because again, like, how many times have you seen your, I don't know, noodles? I don't know about all of that. I would do 1 or
1.
2 for 9th.
Okay. Probably a little
And
more
again,
for 7, 8th, maybe 3 or 4.
And again, you can dial that in a little bit with the trails and the leads. If you got a big lead, yeah, you can kind of give them a little more rope. But anyways, that's the basic gist of that. Now let's go back to Harvey. Sorry.
Yep. All good.
All right, so let's go down to all that stuff. Aggressive tiredness hook I would have on my pitcher at all times.
I have him on every single pitcher.
Fantastic. Go keep scrolling. What's Harvey's stamina?
Harvey's stamina is 93. I recently just bumped all my guys up by 5 because I was having a little stamina issues. So
85 is fine. And yeah, if you get a guy tired or you get your pen tired, you just crank out a 0 for a game or 2 and call it a day. My starting pitchers, I am fully comfortable benching when their fatigue is 0. I do not want my relievers, except for my long reliever, my mop-up guy, to have 0 fatigue under any circumstances whatsoever.
So what number would you put it at then if we're thinking not just leaving it off, right, at 0?
38, because that's a common one that they land at, so they'll pitch down to that.
So anyways. Harvey is actually in my rotation, but...
Yeah, so I'm not worried about Harvey in that regard.
Right, but it's somebody like a Tom Glavine, right, who we looked at a bit. Who would probably... Yeah, we looked at the pitch around. You said maybe intentional walk up a little.
Yep.
And then bench and fatigue would be 38.
38.
I do have the global pitch count on 30 for relief pitchers, and then I don't normally adjust it.
Okay. Now let's scroll down a little further here.
I'd have to drag my screen up.
Oh, shoot. Okay. So below lock strategy settings is a bench for number of days.
Correct.
What's your Glavine stamina?
Glavine has 88 stamina. He's at 58%, if that's what you mean.
I'm sorry, his fatigue. Okay,
58.
So he's 58. Yep. I'm giving him at least a 1-day break. Okay. The breaks for when pitchers are pitching tired. 75% relievers have an ERA that's hiked almost a full 3/4 of a run when they're pitching below 75.
Wow.
So, if you've got a guy, and it says, like, if you can find a 70-something reliever in here, 75 and up actually aren't even showing as tired on your screen. But if you're throwing a 75
Eddie Planks at 82. Oh, sorry, that was really loud. Eddie Planks at an 82 right now.
Okay, so you don't really want Plank coming into that game unless he's a specialist.
Well, let's see what happens after the sim.
Okay.
Yeah. We have games to play. Oh, I didn't play. It was just a rest day, so.
If your guys are sub 80, they should have a day's bench on them, people.
Sub 80. Wow.
Yeah.
So like the Steve Carlton, I would put a bench on of a day because he had 67.
Yeah, I want him down for a day. And again, this is super beneficial if you're running in pitchers over and over and over, round and round and round. It's a huge advantage.
Mm. He only has 90 control, so I'm not going to touch his pitch around, but.
No, because he's going to be dead center-ish. I would actually fully crank him down, actually, if he's only 90.
Yep. No, you have to do it manually, DP, or DPL. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Do have to do it manually.
Okay, so anytime my guys are below 80, I'm trying to give them a day off if at all possible. That's how I wind up with Cy Young in my lineup.
I was going to say, are you rotating to keep your bullpen above 80 then?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I would rather a lesser pitcher pitch at 100% stamina than let a better pitcher pitch at 75 to 77% stamina. And when they get down into the 50s, you're talking a run more, which is nuts and not what you want on the field at any given point in time. You just don't want it.
Now, I'm going to remind people that that's kind of stuff Pidge can track because he has some advanced tools, right, that your normal player does not have with some of the automation. So this is kind of stuff you really can only get from him when looking at this kind of stuff. So very, very insightful to me. Are we going to touch on a batter then as well? You want to look at a batter?
Let's go look at a batter.
All right. I got this lineup here.
Hold on. Can you go to lineups first?
Yes, sir. We can look at lineups here. Overall? Or a specific one?
Nope. Just click the lineups tab. There we go. All right. Damn, I'm in the way again.
Yep.
Okay.
I can move it over. You can look at my desktop.
It's all right. Go to any of your random guys, and we'll just kind of explain how we're going through it. Just pick one.
I'll move it back. Let's pick Wander.
Okay.
Oh, you're completely... I do have to move it over. Okay, I'm going to move it over. Boom. There's Wander. Behold my friend's face.
Okay. Now I see it. All right. Benchman fatigue 88. That means that you're going to play that guy down into the 79 range or 84 range before he sees the bench.
Mm-hmm. Is that too low?
You really don't want that to happen.
Okay.
Go back to your lineup real quick. Let's see who's backing up all the positions.
It's a mix. It's complete variety except really the outfield.
Okay. Do you have any double ups? That's what we're really looking for here. Okay, you do.
I have two double ups, and Reigns is also at DH. You can't see that, but.
Okay, I can't see that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So your DiMaggio and your Rose, those guys you want to have at 96.
Okay.
Maybe even 97. I don't know if you've noticed how your guys decay down, but the first one they hit is 99.
Yep.
Okay. And then you either get lucky or you get screwed when they go to 96 or 95.
Okay.
If you've got anybody doubling up, that means one of your guys going to play a game with 89 stamina, which you do not want.
Right.
Absolutely don't want it. Now, there's another player in the game that thinks that the decay begins at 3% fatigue.
Oh,
I really trust this guy. I really trust this guy's work. I'm not down on the 3% train.
Okay.
I'm willing to let my guys. I don't want anybody out there in the 80s. That's for darn sure.
Right.
Anybody that's doubling up, I want to make sure that I've got
96
at 96. Yeah. Anybody that's getting doubled up with a backup, I want it 96%.
Okay.
My catchers, which is funny because like they keep dicking with it. Otherwise, these numbers were very different like 3-ish weeks ago, guys. So like this is kind of fluid because again, this thing keeps getting dicked with. But I wouldn't want my catchers at 88 either.
What would you like them at? What's good for somebody who's not getting doubled up, right?
95 for the
95?
catchers. 95 for catchers, 91 for everybody else. Because if they hit the 90, that means that they're going to be playing a game all the way down to like 84 again.
Right. You said 91, right?
Or if you get the fucky one, it's 79, and that really sucks.
Yep.
I don't know why they go from sometimes down to 84 and sometimes down to 79. It drives me insane, but they do.
So I'm just going to run through here on everybody because I don't think anyone else is doubled up. And I'm going to set all these to 91. Okay.
Does it matter quite as much in Diamond? No. It doesn't, but every little bit helps. It really does.
Yeah, there's a few people in here saying a little superstition. These are all things that have been really heavily tested by Pidge and a few other people. And they do matter. It's probably the biggest edge you can get this year is fatigue management, I think.
The higher doubled up just means a guy backing up 2 positions because that means one guy's going to have to go way below what your actual pull number is.
Right, so if we look here, you can see K-line is doubling up center and right. So center and right need to be at the higher threshold of 96 rather than 91.
One of the common refrains I see in roster and strategy advice is people getting tired. If you're yanking your guys into the 90s, you're not going to be playing with guys in the 70s. You will from time to time have a guy squeak all the way down to 84. Staying out of the 70s is effing imperative because they do not go back to 100% on a day off. They go back to 99%.
Oh, right, which is huge because then they start to decay again. Yep. Instantly. Okay.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, these are all super small things, but, you know, I mean, I snuck through my scariest week of Perfect League with 85 effing wins, and I'd like to think somewhere in there one win may have come from some of this fucking work.
That's an excellent question. What about this situation here where I have Jackie backing up short while he's starting at second? That is my backup shortstop. Would that be a double up?
Yes, you definitely want him. You want him out at... Who's your backup at second base?
Joe Morgan. He's my DH. Yeah, he's good.
Okay, yeah. You want Jackie at like 97 then.
Okay. So I guess I should do the same.
Remember that PJ Sleaze?
From
Morgan. Oh yeah, you took my blade comment bad. I remember that. That's an old Whale King thing. I don't know if anyone ever proved to be worthy of Whale King's blade, but one of his favorite things was letting people know that they were not worthy of his blade. I felt bad after that was wholly misunderstood, but yeah, that's an old Whale King thing.
Yep. The cross swords and all that.
Oh yeah, ramming blades, crossing swords. Man, he was a good hype man until, you know, sometimes he would get a little too far, but great hype man. Golly.
Yeah. He feel like he should be like an infomercial salesman, you know?
Indeed. Oh. Why, thank you, Rumpies. I do appreciate that.
I send you a message.
And thank you, Clavette. Wow, I've been missing those. Yeah, if your entire team's getting doubled up, you probably... But see, you're going to be able to get more platoon bats now, and that's going to be less of a problem because we're going to start cycling pitchers, right?
Yep.
Bam. Mushroom, we're good there. Yeah, you're just going to start using the pitcher cycle in, cycle out. And again, hey, a 100% Johnny Cueto, and I shit you not, a 100% Johnny Cueto is better than Gaylord Perry at 75% coming out of the pen.
Is that why... All right, so for way too long now, I've been getting really stupid numbers out of Satchel Paige. And I get stuff boost is the thing, right? So he gets amplified because of his profile, right? Is there just some guy in Perfect League who's using Satchel Paige like this, and he's just better than everybody else? Because he's like my one outlier every single week. I look at data as Satchel Paige.
I run Sats, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, I just stopped running Burley Grimes in heavy right-handed situations 2 seasons ago.
Two seasons ago.
Buffington. I mean, if you go and look at some of this Perfect League data, like some of the pitchers that you can get away with using, putting them in the right positions while fully rested, it's actually pretty impressive. You'll see a lot of like 18, 13, 11 inning Pigeon Town Pigeons pitchers on there.
So it's really not mattering then who's pitching almost as much as it's mattering how they're pitching, right? Like what stamina they're at, what fatigue, rather.
I mean, it matters, but stamina is so incredibly important.
Gotcha.
It really is.
Wow.
All right, so back to hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a guy with some speed.
Let's get Tim Raines.
Okay, yep, absolutely.
This is my Tim Raines. I am overriding because he has speed.
Sweet tap dancing Jesus. What is his stolen base caught stealing with that?
It's not good this week. It was good last week. It was 100-19. This week's 34-12.
Okay, so my Hanlon was probably my best base runner.
Yep.
And I had him one notch above dead center.
Like this? Wow. But that does line up with recently, I've been doing the regressions on stolen base like percentage and attempts and all that, and it really only matters like once you're over that 70 speed mark, you do steal all the bases necessary, right? So
yeah, you don't need the steal bases. They're just gonna go get them. Like McGraw, I had one click below dead center, and he was 70 bags a season.
Wow. So that's a big deal.
Now, Raines base running, I would be a little more aggressive with.
Really?
I get him into the smallest of blues.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the smallest of blues, which is,
yep.
I think, 7 or 8? Yeah.
Yep.
Like that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
His void K is a little too low for hit and run. We're going to talk about hit and run. I think we said we'd come back to hit and
we
run.
We did say we'd come back to that, and we haven't yet. Yep. And then bunting. Should he be bunting? Does he bunt?
My
he
sacrifice. My sacrifice bunt guys. I'm hoping that kicking it high when I want it to happen. Is going to make it happen. So I try to keep them low in the player settings, unless I run into a guy like Jackie, like Cool Papa. And listen, if you got a guy that can bunt, his bunt for hit needs to be absolutely cranked. Derek Hill is an empty 250, 260 hitter in cap tournaments with an absolutely cranked bunt for hit. It's an empty 250, 260, but you want guys like that trying to bunt as often as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, Derek Hill cap God. Absolutely. And yeah, that's what my Derek Hill looks like on his bunt for hit. Bunt for hit is, I mean, it can be 0.010 to 0.014. I mean, so it's not nothing. It's really not. By absolutely cranking the guys that can really do it. One of the really fun things, I don't know how many of y'all actually watch Sims, but the bunt for hit animation is awful. The catcher pounces out, jumps on the ball, and then noodle arms at the first, and you just want to, if it's not your guy, you just want to punch something. But when it's your guy, it's effing hilarious.
It is really funny. I ran a series with Mushroom, I think, was watching me, and I was in franchise mode, and I had Billy Hamilton on my live team, and all I did was bunt for hit with him, and he hit like 400 during a playoff series, just bunting for hit.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
That's
Do bark
awesome.
factors affect bunt for hit success?
I do not know the answer to that question, so I won't begin to try to answer it.
Wow.
I do know that with the guard liners, it is awesome.
Oh, it's good against guard lines. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
and a lot of people are already fully cranked on guard.
Ooh,
runners.
JDA saying that batted ball profile affects bunt for hit success. That's interesting. JDA's done a lot of work with batted ball profile.
Yes, Sergeant Mushroom. That's exactly what it is. It's awesome. Yeah, stumped Pidge there. Good pickup, JDA. Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna have to make it larger because I don't know which is which. All right, so can you scroll down on the left-hand side of Tim Raines?
I can, all the way down. So I was not pinch hitting for him. Because I'm already using him as like only a VL backup. So.
All right, I'm going to touch on a few things here.
Okay.
One, there's a lot of people that like to run one catcher in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure you never lift for a pinch hitter if you're running one catcher in the playoffs.
Yep. Yep.
You don't want anybody available as a defensive sub unless they're tired because it hurts. Pinch hit platoon usage. Now we're hoping that our sliders are going to do this when we want it to, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. For the guys that I want to get into the game, that MFR is cranked.
Oh yeah. So if you look at somebody that's splitty, let's hope I did this right, like a Yaz, it's all the way up. Yeah.
Okay. And also, you've got him kind of low. That's really a bat I would rather get out of the game because he doesn't bring you a whole lot of defensive advantage to be in there if he's not going to be able to bang the bat.
Oh, you think fourth inning is too low?
I do think fourth inning's low, but like a guy like Raines, I would have his pinch hit for player where you have Yaz's.
Oh, because he's going to come in for Yaz. That makes more sense. Yes. I don't. Well, so is pinch hit for player, is it the player subbing in, the player subbing out, or both?
It's the player subbing out.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense.
You're almost in the same situation with Raines that you are with Yaz. You want them coming out of.
Well, I want Yaz coming in for Raines, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like for those of y'all that are in Perfect League, if you go look at my numbers, like my games of my players versus their games started are like batty compared to other people. Well, probably not this week. Never mind. Disregard. Usually my games versus games started, like I get a lot of guys and a lot of games. And a lot of that's, just trying to hope that the AI is going to pick the right situation to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Save for high leverage pinch hit chance. I am a fan of that on my platoon guys.
Okay,
yeah. So towards the end of my run, I think it's that way right now. I think my McGraw is officially a platoon now. So VR, so VR, I'm going to want him saved for high leverage pinch hitting chances. And there's a reason for that. I feel like the later we get into the game, the better opportunity I'm going to have to get a guy like McGraw to take 4 balls because he's facing a reliever and not a freaking 101 control starting pitcher. And then he's going to go get second base for me. So, I mean, a guy like that, or you know what? I mean, you can tailor it to this lineup. Like what? You got Raines. That's one that you really don't want pinch hitting. So I would have save for high leverage pinch hit chance with him because the odds are that they're not going to put him in over someone, but it will keep him from being pinch hit early and give him the opportunity to get on the bags late. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
So
best hitter, best runner. If you don't have them both, you want best hitter and best runner both on save for high leverage pinch hitting chance.
Okay. Right. So, like, if I'm looking at my VR lineup, my best backup hitter is probably K-Line, right?
Okay.
So I would want him then on the high leverage, right?
Yes, you would.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Now, there is one downside to this. There's a couple of downsides. If you're not actively managing and you're going to let someone punk you out 3 times to where you get spun around by an opener, it's going to suck to save a guy that you could have brought in the 4th inning.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I played, I was around to where if I got punked out, at least I was around to know I got punked out and wouldn't let it happen the second game.
Yep.
And again, you want to do that selectively. Some of the people you absolutely want coming in innings 7 and 8, maybe even inning 6. If you're getting punked out, you want them to come in even sooner than that. But you want to save a couple of guys. You want to save your big base runner, and you want to save a big bat on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're running 13 pitchers right now.
I am, because I haven't really been paying attention.
Okay, gotcha.
So, mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm going to have to cut this card, by the way. If you look at his fielding, he's played 15 games, and he's at a -4 ZR.
I love what Mushroom's saying here because it's all so true.
Yeah, I know, the animations. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. But yeah, I gotta get Kurt Flood back in for DiMaggio. His experiment has ended.
Yeah.
At 15 games. No.
All right. And I believe, unless you got anything else to ask,
We got hit and run.
sliders.
Hit and run, buddy.
Oh, the secret sauce. So there was a point in the year where I had hit and run fully cranked on my global and fully cranked on my individual players because I was just throwing out that many avoid K guys. It will hurt you a little bit in walks. It will actually also impact you a little bit in batting average.
Because you're going to swing at more pitches is the theory, right?
Yes, but what it reduces the hell out of and what screws you more than anything else in this game is striking out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to strike out very often when you're hitting and running because you're not letting the count get deep enough, so you're at least moving guys around.
So it would probably be much better on players with like good BABIP and good avoid K, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm down to like 4 or 5. I took it off of Frank. I brought Frank down below the halfway point.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have a lot of avoid K, right? Isn't he like
right? Yes,
yeah,
he lacks avoid K, so I got him.
But on somebody like a Buddy Bell who's got like 107 VL, right? He would probably max it then on Buddy Bell.
Yeah, I would have him absolutely effing cranked.
Okay. Cool.
And I do think that hit and run has been a fair bit of the secret sauce for me this year. I actually found it in Bronze Tourneys, running a little rabbit team that a buddy sent over to me and said, "Hey, try this one."
Mm-hmm.
I've been running super jacked hit and run ever since.
Okay. Cool. Is that you got any what do you put hit and run at for global strats? What do you like at global? Because we didn't touch on it global.
Right now I'm dead center.
Dead center. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bunt for a hit. I want to hit and run.
And as we get later into the game, I bring it down just a hair as well. But yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was on 7/8, so I'll put it down 1. And then.
All right. We crossed 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's nuts.
Yeah. Just a
I
little
think
bit.
we're done now. I think we're pretty damn close to done.
I think so. I think I've answered the questions chat has asked me. I could switch it off the game screen back to us, I think. And then, so if you have any final questions, we'll get those in. I'm going to open up the final giveaway. We're going to do one more giveaway of perfect points. So, reset. Yes.
While he's doing that, one thing I would like to say is I had a whole lot of fun playing the game. I started to have a lot less fun playing the game. I don't think the game's as fun this year by any means or any stretch. But if this game's fun to you, I don't want you to not play the game. I just felt like it was fair for you to know what kind of game you were playing. It's definitely not any kind of heroic act because I was a total jackass about it when I was playing the game. I didn't share anything with anyone. Don't regret it, but I didn't. So, I guess this is my crack at a make right. That I would only be doing if I wasn't playing the fucking game. So let's be real.
Bull Cubs has a question he asked earlier. He reposted.
Okay.
Yes, there will be a video. I'm going to post a link to the VOD. I'm going to try and YouTube it later on my YouTube as well. So I'll get you guys a link when the stream is over in my Discord, which I'm going to link.
Bull Cubs, I could tank a team in the most egregious manner to keep them down in rookie and would get the most softball. Hey, do you think you could do something about that team? That really isn't a good look. Again, I have personally been reported and personally reported people in 21 of some really egregious stuff. And again, been reported, had reported, and nothing occurred. I had people reach out to me. Kidneys was one of them, and said, "Hey, I'm going to report you because I think blah, 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 blah." He wasn't the only one. I was like, yeah, go ahead. I'm fucking bulletproof. I don't care. And I really did. When I was dumping money in the game, I felt bulletproof.
Yeah.
I feel like I was because I did some really shady stuff. And the one this year, when I'm trying to keep it real, is the year I get banned.
I don't know. I also want to thank chat because you guys have been here for 2 hours now, and y'all have been super kind and polite tonight. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that's insane, guys. I'm sorry it did run so long.
No. I think it's fine. I think we covered a lot of really good stuff. Everybody was really super polite. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So no, it's awesome. I think there's a lot of cool stuff. If you're just tuning in or you haven't seen the whole thing, make sure to check the whole thing out. We talk about pretty much everything. And it really has been a real pleasure to have you around the game for me the past year because you've been one of my best friends with it. So I do appreciate that a lot.
Thanks. And, if a time comes where y'all get new cards or the meta shifts a little bit and you want me to take a look at what y'all are doing on stream, I'm perfectly willing to do it. It gives me my just enough of my fix because I don't think I'm going to be able to leave this game full turkey.
I don't think anybody expected you to actually completely walk away even after.
Thanks to y'all in the chat. Those are very nice things.
Mushroom's asking, how much of you will we see in the future? I assume we'll see you around TBD quite a bit.
I totally plan to hang around TBD. I hope to help the TBD guys in any way possible. When y'all are having a voice, I totally plan on being in there. At this point, like a lot of my negative energy, I'm going to focus towards positive energy towards people I kind of feel slighted by. And when I feel slighted, I want to do something about it, and I think the best way I can do it is inform you people as well as the people that I personally feel not only turned on me, but went the extra step to ensure that I would get banned under any circumstances whatsoever. I'd like a giant F you to them in any way possible. So if I can help you guys, I would love to help you guys.
Well, I guess...
Because now you're not opponents. Boom!
Yeah, I think... Are you down for an after thing? Because people have been very kind so far. That's up to you.
Sure, if they want to hop in, I'll talk
so,
to them for sure.
Do you remember... Put ticket in the chat. If you haven't put ticket again, you do need to do it again if you did it last time. So please don't miss out on the final chance. And,
go at your channels. Go at your crews.
Yes, get everybody in here from everywhere.
There we go. Get
exactly.
Squad in here. There we go.
And then we are going to hang out in my Discord after for a voice call. So if you would like to join that, I will throw the link in the to the Discord in the chat again. You just click it, gets you in there. Yeah, it's been really cool to do this. I hope I haven't messed up too bad by doing this. I had a lot of DMs tell me not to do this, so I think it was pretty helpful for everybody. After the party, it's the after party.
It's the after party.
E6 bat signal? You guys got a nat, everyone, don't you?
You don't have a bat signal? Come on.
I got 4 pings. Discord.
You know what's funny about TBD and E6 is I believe their like mantras were kind of the same of the people that wanted one that weren't invited to one of the other ones, and it was like a place where those people were going to congregate, and now there's two of those people who are going to congregate places, and they're my two favorite in the whole fucking thing.
Even if you're like a dedicated free-to-play lifer, BFF is really chill this year. I've enjoyed my time there.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. They got some good people in there. JDA's, I think, done a really good job with it. So, tomorrow... I don't think that works that way. I hope not. But no, E6 been super kind to us. I love the tournament we did against them. We definitely have to do more of those. Maybe I'll stream one of those.
That.
Mm-hmm.
That would be dope, actually.
Yeah. So. Cool. I'm going to give like 2 more minutes for giveaway. Yeah, Mushroom, throw it at sober people. That's all good. Yeah, by the way, thanks everybody. Several subscriptions, some bits, and a lot of follows. If you're not following the channel, follow the channel. I stream sometimes, kind of. Not really. I stream occasionally. Ish. Yeah. I would love to see you guys around again. There's a lot of really cool people. Ooh, a perfect draft. That is a great idea.
A rando one at Firecross.
Yeah, but TBD made it farther, so TBD wins. It was a TBD versus rando finals. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely win. Oh, and thanks everybody just threw a bunch of follows my way when I shouted out myself, I guess. So thank you again. All right, I'm gonna close out the giveaway in a few seconds, so get your tickets in if you don't have them. I'll count it down a little bit. Who lost in the finals? I missed it. We're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They always say the giveaway is closed. The giveaway is closed. We'll pick our winner for the final giveaway. Is Tom Murphy Stare. My baseball coach was named Tom Murphy.
We got one.
Which is real weird to me.
We got one.
So Tom Murphy, if you can message me on Discord, that would be the best way. If not, you can message me on Twitch too, and I'll get you over those perfect points. So, congrats, buddy. Big win.
Did you explain that we have to do it in a ghetto way, and it doesn't just magically pop into their account?
I can make it magically. Well, yeah, it's not going to magically pop into your account. So if you're on Steam, I'm literally going to hand you the money in your Steam wallet. Yeah. If you're not on Steam, I will get you a code that gives you perfect points, okay? Or 2 codes, because it's going to be, it's a sell price, so I got to get you 2 codes. So, but yeah,
there you go.
Awesome. So I already saw that Teddy and Puppies DM'd me, which is fantastic. Make sure to throw me a DM. If again, join my Discord for when I ever stream. I will tag people there. Sometimes it's at 4 in the morning. Sometimes it's not. Who knows? And then, yeah. So I think any final words from you, and then we're actually gonna head into my Discord and do kind of an after stream chat if anybody wants. So
I said enough.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So just where do you set sliders for okay runners? Down. There's like you're only a good runner or a bad runner, really. There isn't really a middling thing. Like I said before, it's like that 70 speed benchmark, and then if you have good stealing and base running, right? So yeah. So all right, cool. Thank you everybody again for showing up. We held like 90 people the entire time. That's crazy for somebody like me, so I appreciate that. Cool. Thanks. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you.